All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, doing a draft film breakdown brought to you by Manscaped on Giants' six-round corner out of Old Dominion, Tre Hawkins III. This guy is big and athletic, 6'2", can run really well, has good change of direction speed, but his game needs to be cleaned up in a lot of areas. But also, I think this is a six-round dart throw. Like, hey, this guy has the size to play press, and they didn't put him out in a lot of press coverage at Old Dominion. And again, that's speed and change of direction to be able to do it. So we'll get into all of it. But first, this breakdown is brought to you by Manscaped. The draft is here, and the most exciting prospect is the prospect of being perfectly groomed head to toe with our friends at Manscaped. That's right. The Beard Hedger and Lawnmower 4.0 are a franchise-changing combo that have you looking at your roster with pride. The Lawnmower's skin-safe technology reduces your nicks and snags while making all the right cuts on hair. This powerful cordless trimmer helps you customize your look with a rotor wheel that has 20 lengths. How about that? Get 20% off and free shipping with code GIANTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com and use code GIANTS. Go from Mr. Irrelevant, Desjuan Johnson, Toledo, to a first-round pick, Deontay Banks, Maryland, with Manscaped. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start with just some not like super exciting stuff, but here at the bottom of the screen, just ability to carry vertically, right? Like if you're going to get beat deep at corner, you're not going to be able to play. And you see him playing from a press alignment. Footwork's a little iffy. Getting to it. But again, you have the speed. We're running with him. We're in that hip pocket. Done. Next play. Down here at the bottom again. Playing from an off alignment. It's got that inside leverage. Turn your hips. Run. Again, not the most exciting stuff in the world, but still good. Get into our back pedal. Anticipate. Get your hips open. Run. We're in the hip pocket. Lined up right here. Again, inside leverage. Able to anticipate. Transition to end phase. Stay with it. And I think something that I like about him, and it's also good and bad, like it shows up in strength and weakness lined up right here, is he does have disciplined hips. Like you're not going to shake this guy, and get him turning one way and then break open for a post route. So he's got very disciplined hips. We'll see here versus this corner route. Just stay square, stay square. Bam. Wide receiver declares. Go. You got the speed to hang. Ball gets thrown out of bounds. Good job. Same thing. Lined up here versus a corner route. Incomplete. Like you see, like this wide receiver is going to throw that little shake at him. Trying to get his hips, and you see just hips stay square. Wide receiver declares. We're running with him. We're glued up. No touchdown. Now, with that comes not the best anticipation in the world. And he gives up a touchdown here. This is the following play. This receiver breaks it off earlier. And you just want to be able to close this cushion. And even as fast as he is, he's not able to. So I don't know exactly what the answer is to that. But if you're going to be really disciplined that he has good, just be able to try and close that space. And again, gives up a touchdown. Next play, down here at the bottom, disciplined hips. Wide receiver declares, we're running with him, we're carrying the post. Good job, simple. Down at the bottom, we got press. Just good speed. Carry. Get your hands on him. You're there with that break. Just staying in really good position. See him up at the top again versus dig route. He's got that inside leverage. Wide receiver sails vertical. Flip your hips, run, get into this. Like, makes that this is either going to have to be like a perfect throw or a perfect catch for him to make that play. Now up here at the top, again, disciplined hips versus the curl routes. They're trying to work vertical sell. Again, that ball can be completed if it's perfect timing, but it can also be, if it's a tick late, that could be a play for Tre Hawkins. Be able to sink the hips and close that gap. Down here at the bottom and press versus the curl. We're there. We're running. We're closing that cushion. Stop. We're here. We're here. Taking away that curl route. This play right here lined up. Again, he's going to bite on this sluggo, this slant and go. But you see the ability to recover. This recovery speed, right? Like, this wide receiver gets Tre Hawkins to do exactly what he wants to do. Is to pounce out of that back pedal and think there's a slant coming out and he wants to close it down. But again, just ability to recover. And bam, we're running. We're shutting down that double move. And guess what? That pump fake from the quarterback, trying to get that working. Well, now it's a sack. Now it's a sack. Tre Hawkins created that sack. And then we're going to see him lined up here at the bottom, get a pass breakup on a slant. Right? You see the speed, the ability to explode. Bam. Break up the pass. Good stuff. Now, here's something that's frustrating for a guy that's 6'2", lined up here on the bottom, is he doesn't have great ball skills. Like, he gets mossed on this, right? Like, this is a bad throw by the quarterback. We're here. And we've got all the time in the world to adjust to this ball, and this could be an interception. But instead, the wide receiver for Coastal Carolina is celebrating over top of him. He IDs this ball thrown here. And just mistimes it. Allows that wide receiver to get body position and then moss him. And then also what you're going to see too is some bad coverage stuff. Bad ability to diagnose what we got going on. Right here in zone coverage. We're in a cover 3 coverage. Someone's got to cover this deep sideline, right? So they're going to run a seam and then a curl. And hey, if this wide receiver is breaking this in for a slant, you did a good job. You come and pounce on this curl. But your responsibilities are to carry the vertical. This is the nickel corner's responsibility. And you've just blown your responsibility. And quarterback doesn't throw it. Still doesn't throw it. This is 6 points on a game day. This is like get benched in the NFL type stuff. And this next play, you're going to see him try and get physical from off coverage. Again, instead of anticipating, we're trying to get physical to stop him. You're burnt. You're burnt. Again, lucky the ball doesn't go to him, but that's a blown coverage. That's a blown coverage responsibility by Tre Hawkins. And then probably the most fun thing about his game is this guy likes to freaking hit and play in the run game or in the tackling game. We're lined up right here on the bottom. This is the first play of film I watched on this guy. So he does, quote unquote, give up a catch, but this is not. This is why coverage stats can be a little misleading, because it's like, hey, he's playing his responsibility on this, right? They run this little stick concept. And first play, body slamming. He is physical. Just bring in the boom. Now, maybe that's a penalty, but personally, I like it. I like a guy who plays with that fire, especially out at the cornerback position. We're going to see him lined up right here. Just good job taking on these blocks. Like guys stacking and shedding like he's a linebacker, right? Like land those long arms, shed that block. Next play, right here. Third guy, go for the ball. Pulls in there, rips it out, recovers. And I think he had 3 forced fumbles this past season. Old Dominion football, thank you, Tre Hawkins. Like that little type of stuff matters. I mean, it creates turnovers. And then here we have a 3rd and long. Like you see, the line of scrimmage is here. That's the marker, 3rd and long. And I just like it. Like we're lined up down here. They're trying to get some yards back. You're giving them the yards back, to make it a better punt. And we're not only going to stop them from getting this first down or getting as many yards as they want to, getting some yak, we're going to lay the boom. Bam! I love it. I love it. He consistently does tough stuff like this. Here at the top, again, just taking on blocks. Take on a block, shed it, bam! Make a hit. See it from the other angle. Shed a block. Bam. And lower that shoulder. Bam. I mean, stops the back right in his freaking tracks. So some fun traits for Tre Hawkins out of Old Dominion, right? Like, again, no guarantee. Not even likely that this guy ends up becoming a good player. But you see a guy who played at a small school that they want to come and coach up because he has traits. And I tweeted this, and I think it's true, is that Tre Hawkins is what people wanted Corey Trice to be, right? Because Corey Trice was big, had good straight line speed. But Corey Trice didn't have any ability to change direction or move, and that's why he gave up so many yards and touchdowns. Hawkins has that. Now, he's got a lot of stuff he's got to clean up from his game, and obviously this is against lesser competition, so it's going to be easier for him. There's going to be some adjustment period, but this is a guy to get excited about, right? Don't put any huge expectations on him, but he's going to be a fun guy to watch and see how his career plays out with the Giants. So, and I'm excited he's here with this coaching staff. So I appreciate you guys. All the draft pick breakdowns are out. John Michael Smith's is on a separate channel, but we have a playlist for it. I'm gonna crank out a couple UDFA ones just because why not? What better else thing than we have to do? So check out the podcast, film reviews, everything we've got on the draft. We really do appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. Until then, let's go Big Blue.